All right, let's talk about something that's quietly rewiring your entire digital life, right under your nose. I'm talking about artificial intelligence. And in the next few minutes, you're going to understand exactly why your social media feed has way less to do with who you follow and everything to do with a machine that knows what you want, sometimes even before you do. Look, when a guy like Gary Vaynerchuk says something like that, you have to pay attention. He's not just talking about some cool new app. He is talking about a fundamental, seismic shift, something as big as the invention of the internet itself. It's a change that affects every single one of us. And today, we're going to break down what it really means for you. And to really get a handle on the practical side of this massive shift, you need a good guide. That's why we're so glad this explainer is supported by AdamAiXpert.com. That's AdamAiXpert.com. It was started by a longtime Amazon seller, Adam Grabar, and it's a community for serious sellers and really anyone who wants to get their hands dirty and master AI. I'll tell you a bit later how you can join his live weekly meetings.
So, let's kick this off by getting a sense of the sheer scale of what we're talking about. Forget your typical idea of AI for a second. We're talking about the deep-down plumbing of the internet being completely ripped out and replaced.
Just try to wrap your head around this number. 500. That's 500 times hours of brand new video content hitting YouTube every single minute. There's no way any team of humans could ever sort through that tsunami of content. It's impossible. And that's why AI isn't just a cool feature for these platforms anymore, it's an absolute necessity. It's the only thing that can possibly navigate that ocean of data to find the one video that's actually relevant to you. And this, right here, shows you the other side of the coin. AI isn't just about how we consume content. It's totally changing how it's created. A single person with a good idea now has access to the kind of creative power that used to belong only to massive corporations with giant budgets. All of a sudden, the gatekeepers are losing their keys. Okay, so if AI is the engine, what exactly is it driving? Well, to get that, we need to pop the hood on the machine that pretty much runs your entire online life, the social media algorithm. It's the invisible hand deciding what you see and maybe more importantly, what you don't. You know, the easiest way to think about an algorithm is like a virtual matchmaker. Its one and only job is to connect you with content that it predicts you'll find interesting, that you'll like. And it isn't just guessing. It's learning from every single tap, swipe, and pause to make smarter and smarter introductions.
And what's so wild is how all these little signals talk to each other. That video you just lingered on for an extra 3 seconds? That's a signal. The comment you left, another signal. Without even thinking about it, you are the conductor of this huge data orchestra. And it's composing a version of the internet that is totally and uniquely yours.
So here's the absolute key takeaway. The whole game is changed. It used to be all about your social graph, who you were friends with, who you followed. But now it's all about your interest graph, what you're actually interested in. The algorithm doesn't care if an account has 10 followers or 10 million. If the content is good, it will find its audience. Content is now king. Okay, so we've talked about the big picture, the theory behind it all. But let's get practical. How is this stuff actually showing up in the real world for businesses and creators who are trying to get ahead? Well, customer service is one of the most obvious places. But what this really shows is a total shift in what we, as customers, expect. We want instant answers, right? 24/7. For businesses, tools like these let their human experts stop doing the boring stuff, like resetting passwords, so they can focus on solving the really tricky problems that actually build customer loyalty. And hey, this isn't just about saving a bit of time. It's about getting real, measurable results. I mean, the numbers don't lie. When businesses actually put AI to work, they see huge lifts in the things that really matter. A 37% jump in engagement isn't just a number on a chart. It's a massive competitive advantage. So when you put all these pieces together, the entire creative workflow just gets supercharged. From spotting a trend before it even takes off, to getting instant feedback on what's working and what's not, the speed and the precision that AI brings to the table is, well, it's an absolute game changer. Now I know, building a workflow like this can seem a little intimidating, but that's exactly why resources like our sponsor, AdamAiXpert.com, are so valuable. It was started by Amazon seller Adam Grabar specifically to help people get their hands on these tools.
He hosts weekly live AI meetings where they break down this exact kind of process. And hey, if you happen to sell on Amazon, you can email AdamAiXpert@gmail.com to request his game-changing listing optimization report. It's a fantastic way to put all this theory into actual practice.
Okay, but with all of this incredible power, it is so easy to get swept up in the hype. We have to be really clear-eyed about the other side of this coin, because this technology brings with it some enormous risks and hidden costs that we absolutely have to understand.
And this, right here, is the central conflict. The very things that make AI so powerful are also what make it potentially dangerous. The same algorithm that personalizes your feed can also trap you in an echo chamber. It shows us that for every single feature that's designed to help, there's a shadow version of it that can be used to harm.
At the very heart of this problem is something called algorithmic bias, and it's actually a frighteningly simple concept. If the data we use to train an AI is full of our own human biases, and let's be honest, it almost always is, the AI won't just learn and repeat those biases, it will often amplify them at a massive, automated, global scale.
And look, this isn't some abstract problem for the future. These are real things that have already happened, with devastating real-world consequences. Amazon had to scrap a hiring tool because it literally taught itself that resumes with the word women's on them were bad. We're talking about systems that are impacting people's jobs, their freedom, and even their physical health.
And beyond bias, there's an even bigger problem looming: a potential crisis of truth. For over a century, video proof has been our society's gold standard for truth. But with the rise of AI-generated deepfakes, that standard is basically evaporating before our eyes. And that leaves us with a profound question. If we can no longer trust what we see, what do we even use as a shared foundation for reality?
So, where does all this leave us? We've seen the incredible promise, but we've also stared into the sobering risks. The path forward isn't about slamming on the brakes or just blindly flooring it. It's about learning to navigate this new world with our eyes wide open. Ultimately, the most important thing to remember is this: AI isn't inherently good or evil. It's just a mirror. It takes the mountain of data we feed it, and it reflects our own world right back to us. And that includes all the messy, inconvenient flaws and biases we might prefer not to look at.
And that's really the final thought, isn't it? This technology can be a tool for incredible progress, or it can be a weapon that amplifies our worst instincts. The choice of which future we build is completely up to us. But it's going to take a real, conscious effort from all of us to make sure we get it right. The question is, are we up for it? That's the challenge this whole revolution presents to every one of us. And if you're ready to take on that challenge, to learn how to use these powerful tools responsibly and effectively, I really do recommend you check out our sponsor, AdamAiXpert.com. Again, that's AdamAiXpert.com. You can join Adam Prober's weekly live meetings, and if you're an Amazon seller, definitely email AdamAiXpert@gmail.com to request that game-changing listing optimization report. Thanks so much for joining me on The Explainer.